I mean, multi-talented, I would say, right?
Indeed, and as we know, well-known fashion designer Didiet Maulana, as you saw, is breaking new ground by releasing a book that fuses the worlds of fashion and poetry.
That's right. He explores themes of style and expression with a flair for creativity in this poetry anthology. Let's dive right in and find out more about poetry anthology Pesan yang Datang Belakangan with none other than Didiet Maulana. Mas Didiet, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for being here.
It's always
Thank you.
not always fun, but I'm always surprised.
Yeah.
What other project? Okay, another one.
Bit of context, so we know Mas did it from like way back. So this is actually still he's able to surprise us even
Of
to
course.
this day by coming up
yes,
with something.
we're even asking like in your CV, like what other profiles and titles you wanted to put in there.
So let's talk about this.
Yes.
Pesan yang Datang Belakangan is a collection of poetry that is all from you. So if you look at it, if you leaf through the book, it's actually in chronological order. It starts, I believe, on the 1st of November 2018.
Right.
And it goes all the way through by date. And these are actually compiled from messages that you have written throughout these dates. So these are actually the dates when you came up with this. And I just really want to read the first one. It says, "Be kind, the world is getting rough and tough." This is actually, what a great way to start things out.
That's right.
And
Yes.
it rings true and it's relatable. First of all, what made you decide that you wanted to put this, all of your thoughts from the past, I guess it's what, almost 7 years now together, into one book?
Well, initially, like when I was writing down everything, it doesn't mean for creating a book. So the team was actually the one who compiled it, and then they break it into some of the chapters. And then also we had so much requests from our online friends that they demand to have like everything compiled in one book, so it's easier for them to bring.
These are your followers, many of them who just read from day to day your thoughts, and they want to, hey, can you put it all together so we can read it all at once?
Because sometimes for us, especially, for us to like to read books, it's better in a book form, right? I mean, Gen Zs probably will like it in socials. But then again, I'm one of those person that whenever that either I had a good day or even not a good one starting in the morning, and then I come across on your social, and you would have all this philosophy in your writings, and it changes your mood. I felt like you were relatable to like your viewers, your audiences, your fans. So in regards to that, what kind of messages definitely that you have already put on your socials back into 2018 on your writings that you would want to have this relatableness with your audiences?
I think first the motivation came from the deep desire to capture emotions that are hardly or often it's so hard to express. And then sometimes, like when you see someone is smiling, but then deep inside you don't know what's happened, what the word that they've been through.
Yes.
So I think by being vulnerable and then show it to, on the platform that I have, I mean, like it's kind of hoping, relieving for other people, and then for them to opening up for themselves as well.
Yes.
And in this era where everyone's are glorifying success and everything, I think there will be good if there's one guy who can be your friend through his words and then sharing his bad day for them, so they not feel alone.
Like we're human, we're just, everyone is also the same. And then you're seeing how you're in this, you're in this platform spectacle where people are adoring you. Sometimes people would see that your life is just so perfect.
Yeah.
You might not have a bad day at all, as it did, right?
Yeah. I think what they see is only like several percent that we presented on social media.
A fraction of it, yes.
But there's so many things that make me who I am today. I mean, all the challenges, all the critics, all this, I don't know, like everything that we've been through. And I think it's what shaped me as what I am today.
Right.
And I want to share this journey with my followers, and then to show that if you have a bad day, it doesn't mean that you are labeled by that day, that you are not succeed, but
Defined by it, right?
exactly. So yeah, we are growing, we are processing, we are progressing, and I think that's the beauty of each one of us.
I've only got, we've only got this in our hands not so long ago, and just leafing through it, you do share a lot about yourself through here. So reflecting back, I mean, obviously through the process of creating this book, you're also able to, again, draw back on memories of when you wrote this. the reason I read that first line on November the 1st is you must have had a feeling at that time, like you wanted to share that, hey, be kind, because the world is actually a tough place. Do you remember what you felt that day?
I think there's one day that I wasn't succeed to get one of the project. We failed at the one project, and then all of the team were so sad, and after that we still have an event to go through, and I think and at the event everyone was just smiling, and then but deep inside we are heartbreaking. So like it's just the reflection of that moment. So I'm starting to opening up my social media and then start to writing it.
And be kind, because the world's not a tough place, but it's always nice to be nice to other people.
That's right. And it seems people, when they read, we're going to go to the 1st November 2018, because this reflects a lot. It could be, someone like you probably doing a project or something more in the work-related base. But maybe someone that's probably having a hardship in their relationship with their significant others can also see this.
It's very relatable.
Parenting, maybe that has like a hassle with their children, could also see this something like, okay, it's relatable to me. So it has the different kind of meanings for anyone who's just reading this two-line.
Agree. And what did you learn about your growth throughout, like, once again, if you're reflecting throughout this whole book, we have all kind of evolved and grown over the years as well. What did you learn most about your growth when you, again, read your own thoughts and you're able to share these thoughts with the world?
I think it's like my winning, trophy, by reading it, and then reminds me of what happened that day, and I still survive until now. And then why the book is called Pesan yang Datang Belakangan, which in English is the word that came after, is that I want to celebrating all the journey, everything that I've been through,
of course.
Then, all the sadness, all the vulnerability, all these emotions that sometimes I just cannot express to people. And then, like I am an introvert myself, it's so easy for people to come to me and then share their story, but for me, it's so hard for me to share it.
Because despite all the sadness, look at where you are now.
Yeah, you're always the shoulder to lean on, by the way, Mas Didiet.
Nice.
Thank you.
And we're saying that you do have tabs, because mine and probably also, and Paul, we've mentioned the 1st of November 2018, but you already have your tabs in your book.
Yes.
Is that your favorite ones?
Yeah, this is like one of, because the book is having 5 chapters in each book. So the first chapter is a banquet. Kenduri is a banquet. It's a celebration.
Okay.
It's how you celebrate life. Okay. And then after that is renjana. In English, we make it enamored. The passion, the strong feeling, the desire.
Okay.
And then the third one is enigmatic. It's ketaksaan, the ambiguity that you have in life. When I'm talking about table, but it's not table,
Right.
something like that. And then it's we are going to a journey about sapiens, the estungkara, about how resilience for a human on facing the challenges. And then I have the last one is I think is the highest. Is the soliloquy, which is the monologue, the conversation that you have with yourself.
Yeah. Amazing. Do you have your favorites that you can,
Okay.
please do read it out
We
to
do
us.
want you to do a reading for us.
Okay, my favorite will be this one.
What's the date?
The date this is on page 83,
Okay.
19 December 2018. Pintaku tidak muluk-muluk, cukup satu peluk semalam suntuk. My wish is not grand, just one embrace to last the night.
That's very deep. Oh my goodness.
Because I think not all questions need to be answered.
Right.
Sometimes it just need to be heard. Sometimes it just needs to be hugged. There's so many times when I hug people and they started crying.
Yes.
And then I think that's what we need today. There's so many voices out there, but sometimes we just don't want to listen what happened
Yes.
inside our own voices.
Right, right. It's
Yeah, no,
Lots of words.
I'm trying to define that in many ways as well, because it can be many things. Like a hug can mean so many things, right? Sometimes you're celebrating someone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's in a time of need. Sometimes it's a time of mourning as well. There's actually a question I'm curious about. Once I knew this book was in chronological order, and it was about your feelings throughout certain days in your lives, I immediately jumped to a section that I found was missing here. So one of the times that I found the darkest and the time of need was 2020. And 2020 was the time of COVID.
That's right.
If you remember, it was around February of 2020 when we discovered COVID had first hit Indonesia.
Yes.
And I had a lot of dark moments, dark feelings that I found I couldn't share with others as well. And I'm curious as to why you didn't have any writings through there, or you chose to exclude it.
No, I have a story about the pandemic here. I think.
But it was probably in
it's one.
2021, right?
It's
Because we were still in
2021,
Right.
And then more in 2022, I think I want to, change the focus more to how you will adapt with the new normal.
Resilience.
Resilience.
Correct.
And that resilience is actually one of the chapters here.
Right.
And then I think sometime when there's a new condition came to you, first you feel victimized to that situations.
Right.
But then I believe that we are all the driver of our life, whereas we have to adapt if we want to survive. So after that, it's more to how you survive.
And I guess that goes to the title, doesn't it? Pesan yang
Yes.
datang belakangan.
That's
comes
right.
later as well.
And I love the way that, I mean, again, you're a very creative person, of course. I'm like, look at that.
so
He
cool.
still makes it very fashionable, by the way. A fashionable coffee book right there on your table, as
Yeah.
always, Mas Didit.
Amazing.
All right, and of course, you also mentioned that this will also be translated in English very
Yes.
soon. Can you share with us about that?
So yeah, we are gonna launch it in Ubud Writer Festival. It's coming
nice.
October for the
Awesome.
English version.
Okay.
And because I love reading poetry, especially poetry in English, I mean, like
Yes.
there's a very beautiful linguistic that we have to put, because in Bahasa and then in English it's quite different.
I imagine that's going to be quite challenging. You're going to be doing this all yourself, one by
yeah,
one.
with my team,
Okay.
Yes.
of course. Yeah.
So that's going to be quite challenging, because sometimes we can't do direct translations from either English to Indonesian or Indonesian to English. So do you feel that you'll be able to get the same kind of, basically draw the same emotions and send the same message across to the readers?
Yes, and it's we are hoping so, because we are testing some of the poetry that we translated, and then the team was wow. It's delivered the same message, but it's give a different vibe.
Yes.
Okay.
Because the word is sometimes there's some there's some magic in the word.
Yeah.
And what we have in Bahasa, sometimes it's quite the same in English, but it has a different vibe of
You're right.
when you perceive it, it's just different. It's just different to touch your heart. So it's like having like two books for me. And then the more I read to translate it, and then the more I understand what I'm trying to give the message for me today. That's why this is the title. And then it's when I read it, I mean, like, oh my God, thank you for giving me a note like this, because now I'm facing something like not the same events, but it's having like the same emotional state that I felt on that day.
I agree. It's going to be a completely different writing, because when
Of course.
even the piece that you read, you translated it by meaning, not by word for word. And I like that,
Right.
because I think that will resonate differently depending on who's reading it.
And finally, maybe one of these, because there's also some rhymings here also, on the pages. So we can't wait for that to be translated in English too. It's going to be very
Absolutely.
exciting.
There you go. So this is already available?
Yes, this is available at your nearest bookstore, and
Okay.
it can also be purchased by online.
Yes.
Yeah.
go.
All right.
Get it, guys.
Yes.
It's nice. It's nice.
And it's really very
small.
handheld.
I was gonna say
Yes.
it's nice and
Did
small.
you
You
make
can
that
bring it
on
everywhere
purpose?
with you.
Yes.
Okay.
Like I want like all my books is for easy to bring.
Yes.
And then like it's
Small enough for women to have small purses. Right? There's so many
big
small
books
purses
to carry
nowadays.
around with me. I like
Yes.
small books that I can just
Yes.
leaf through whenever I have time.
Yes, yeah.
And then this is the way that I want to read the book, like this morning.
Yes.
Okay, book, tell me what should I prepare for today, or what's the message for today, and then like opening up.
Just randomly.
Like,
Just random.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a cool way to look at it.
Manifestation right
Look at
there.
that. I opened to 27 May 2019. All right, there you go. I'm going to have a look at it later. Didiet, thank you so much for being
Thank you so
here.
much.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on this project. I
Thank you.
really love it.
Very beloved right here.
Yes.
Pesan yang datang belakangan.
There you go, guys. So we're going to take a short break here on the C Morning Show. We have more interesting stories for you when we return here on the C Morning Show. Stay tuned.